11. Welcome to the online tutorial sessions for economics. I am Avinash Lambert, your economics guru, and today we are going to continue our new topic, which is types of continuous series under the chapter organization of data, and the topics which we had previously covered in the video, which was previous video. We had completed up to the 3 series, which was direct or individual series and discrete series and the continuous. Today we are going to do the last topic, which is types of continuous series. Now there are basically 6 types, which is exclusive series, inclusive series, open-end series, cumulative series, cumulative frequency series, mid-value series, and equal or unequal class interval series. So basically there are 6, but only 5 are relevant for you. This one is not that much relevant, so we will cover 5 series. Now let's start with the first one. The first one is exclusive series. Now the basic difference between exclusive and inclusive is that in the exclusive series the class intervals are overlapping. Therefore this series is also known as overlapping series. Overlapping series. This is also known as overlapping series. Now you can see the marks. I have classified the marks according to the group, which is 10 to 20. The students who have got the marks between 10 to 20 are 5. Now the students who have got marks 20 to 30 are 7, and the students who have got 30 to 40 marks are 4. Now students, if you remember in the previous video, I had told you that the number, those students who have got 20 marks, those students who have got 20 marks, where they will be considered. I told you they will be considered where the lower limit is there. Suppose I have got 20 marks. Now my number will be included in the 20 to 30 marks, where my number which is 20, my number is the lower limit. Here my number is the upper limit, but here it's the lower limit. Therefore my marks will be considered in this class interval. Is that clear? Now the class interval is the groups, and the first group, the lower group, is the lower limit, and the bigger one is the upper limit. So my marks will be considered where the mark is in the lower limit. Therefore the downward one. Fine. My marks will be considered under the 20 to 30. Now this method is always used. So always follow this method. For doing statistics, for doing methods of statistics, for solving numericals in statistics, we always use exclusive method. Always. We have to use this method always. Fine. Now this is the inclusive series. There is no overlapping. Students who have got 10 to 19 are 5, 20 to 29, 7, 30 to 39, 40. So see, the frequency is same, but the writing style is different. Here these class intervals are overlapping, and here the class intervals are not overlapping. Is that clear? Now this method, this inclusive series, is never to be used. Never follow this method. In the questions, if you have been asked with this series, then you have to convert this series into exclusive. Mind it, you always need to convert the series into exclusive series. Only then you can start doing your numericals. If you remember in your class 10, there was mean, median, mode. Under that you need to convert the inclusive series into the exclusive series. There must be some overlapping. Fine? There must be overlapping. So exclusive series is the one which we always follow. Now let's come to the third, which is open-end series. Now the next one is open-end series. Third one, which is open-end series. Now this is the same frequency distribution for both the things, but see the pattern here. Marks below 20 it's written that below 20 and here written is above 40. Now what this actually below 20 means? Because the class interval is of 10. See, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Now, this isn't 10 to 20. This means that below 20 it could be anything like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. It could be any one of them. Therefore, below 20. Now, above 40 means above 40 it could be any number. It could be 50, 60, 80, 100. Fine. So, any number above 40 that will be considered, students who are getting above 40 will be considered in this one. Fine. So this is the open end series in which we leave one end open for all the numbers. Fine. This one is being open for all the numbers which are below 20. Any number can be here. And here we have again left it open for all the numbers above 40. Therefore, it's known as open end. We have left the door open for all the numbers above 40 and we have left the door open for all the numbers which are below 20. Now, let's move further to the cumulative frequency series. It's time for the fourth, which is cumulative frequency series. The fourth type, which is cumulative frequency series. Now, students, there is our exclusive frequency. Fine? Exclusive series. This is our exclusive series. Now, sometimes it's being asked to convert this series into less than frequency series. Now, what is less than frequency series? Students, less than frequency series, here the class intervals are like less than 10, less than 20, less than 30, less than 40, 50 and less than 60. Now basically the numbers, or we can say the upper limits, are being written here, and before that there is a term less than. So you have less than 10. Now you have to write down the number, total number of students who have got less than marks, less than 10 marks, and then less than 20 marks, less than 30 marks, less than 40 marks, less than 50 marks, less than 60 marks. Now, if you are getting confused, then see this. Suppose 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Fine. Suppose these are your marks. Fine. 0, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50 and 50 to 60. Now, in 0 to 10, there are 2 marks, 2 students. 10 to 20, there are 5 students. In 20 to 30, there are 10 students. In 30 to 40, there are 12 students. 40 to 50, there are 17 students. And in 50 to 60, there are 4 students. Now you understood that these are the number of students between these marks. Between 0 to 10, there are 2 students who got 0 to 10 marks. Fine. Like that up to 60. Now, if I am saying that how many students got less than 10 marks, so you will consider these two. Less than 10, below 10. So there are how many students? 2 students. Fine. Now, if I am saying less than 20 marks, so under less than 20, we include this one and this one also. Fine. So less than 20 means all those numbers, all those students who have got 0 to 10 and 0 and 10 to 20. We will include both of them. So we will add them, which is 7. Now, those students who have got less than 30 marks, then here we will include this one also, this one and this one also. So 2 plus 5 plus 10, which is 17. Fine. Now, students who got less than 40 marks, less than 40, you have to include all of them. 2 plus 5 plus 10 plus 12. So, plus 12 will be 29. Less than 50, you have to include all of them. 2 plus 5 plus 10 plus 12 plus 17, which will be 46. And less than 60, you have to include all of them. 2 plus 5 plus 10 plus 12 plus 17 plus 40, which is 50. That's how you're gonna calculate. Now, few students are very smart. They have learned the cumulative frequency, how to calculate that. You can do by that also. To calculate cumulative frequency, write down the first one. Now, add them. 17, 29, 46 and 50. That was the way. If you remember in your class 10th, remember? Now, this is your less than frequency series. Now you know how to convert them into less than frequency and how to convert less than frequency into an exclusive series. Now students, this is the other type, which is more than frequency series. This is more than frequency series. Now students, again, let's take the same examples again. Fine. Remove this addition signs. Now, again, we have the same class intervals. 0 to 10, there are 2 students. 10 to 20, there are 5. 20 to 30, there are 10. 30 to 40, 12. 40 to 50, 17. And 50 to 60, 40. Now, the question is, what you have to use as the class intervals? Now, more than all those numbers who are in the lower limit. More than 0, more than 10, more than 20, more than 30. Here it was more than all the upper limits. Here more than all the lower limits. Less than the upper limit and more than the lower limit. Fine. Now, more than 0. More than 0, you have to include all of them. More than 0, all are there. Everybody has got more than 0. So, write it down. If you add all of them, it will be 50. Now, more than 10. You have to write down more than 10. So, more than 10 are all of them, but you don't have to include these two. So, it will be, just remove 2 from it. It will be 48. Now, more than 20. Only these two. You have to remove these two and all of them will be included. Add them. 10 plus 12, which is 22. 22 plus 17, which will be 39. And 39 plus 4, it will be 43. Fine. Now, let's talk about more than 30. So, more than 30, all these 3 you have to include. Rest of them you don't have to include. So, 12 plus 17 plus 4, it will be 33. Now, let's talk about more than 40. 17 and 4. Only these two. More than 40, 17 and 4, that is 21. And the last one, more than 50, there are only 4 students remaining. So that's how you're gonna write the more than series. Fine. Now there is one more way. You can calculate the total of the frequency, which is 50. Now you can write this frequency on the more than 0, and after that you can start removing the number of students. 50 minus 2, 48. 48 minus 5, 43. 43 minus 10, 33. 33 minus 12, 21. 21 minus 17, 4. That's how you're gonna calculate the more than frequency series. In your exam, it could be asked to convert less than into exclusive or more than into exclusive, or convert exclusive into more than, less than, or convert exclusive into less than, more than. Or you can convert more than into less than or less than into more than. So there are 6 questions which could be asked from this topic. This is the most important. Write it somewhere. It is important. Fine. Now let's move further to the 5th one, which is mid-value series. Friends, it's time for the last series, which is mid-value series. Now, this is our regular exclusive series and you have to convert it into a mid-value series. Now students, this is a class interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Again we are here. Now, the mid-value of 0 to 10, what it would be? It would be 5. And how we got that? We add 0, 10 and divide by 2, which will be 10 by 2, which is 5. Now, the midpoint between 10 to 20, what will be? 10 plus 20 upon 2, that will be 30 upon 2, which is 15. So, it will be 15. Again, 20 plus 30 upon 2, which will be 50 upon 2, that will be 25. So, it will be 25. Now, 30 plus 40 upon 2, which will be 70 upon 2, that will be 35. So that's how you are going to get the mid values. Now note it down. Mid value is 5, 15, 25 and 35. So that's your mid value series. That's how you convert the exclusive series into mid value series. Now, what if the reverse question is asked? Suppose in the question you have been given mid-value series and you have to do the numerical. So for that you need to convert it into an exclusive series, right? So to convert it, you just need to get the difference. To get the difference, which will be, what is the difference? Difference between these two is, any two is of 10. 15 minus 5, 10. 25 minus 15, 10. 35 minus 25, 10. So the difference will be 10. Now divided by 2. Divide by 2. Whatever comes, you have to add them. You have to add the value to the upper limit and you have to subtract to the lower limit. Now, if you add 5, subtract 5. Add 5, subtract 5. Add 5, subtract 5. Add 5, subtract 5. So these values of exclusive series will come. So that's how you convert mid-value series into an exclusive series. Now students, the last topic for today and a very important one as practical aspect, because this will be used in your statistics when the numerical portion will begin. Now, you have to convert the inclusive series into exclusive series. Most of the time it's been seen that the values, the class intervals are usually given in an inclusive series. Now you have to convert them. There must be an overlapping of upper limit and the lower limit, but there is no overlap. So you have to make it overlap. Now, how to do that? Take the difference. Difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. What is the difference? Difference is 1. Now divided by 2. What it comes? It becomes 0.5. Now students, you have to add 0.5. You have to add 0.5 to the upper limit and you have to subtract 0.5 from the lower limit, and you have to do for all the class intervals. Come on, let's do that. Subtract, it will be 9.5. Add, it will be 19.5. Subtract 19.5. Add 29.5. Again subtract 29.5. Add 39.5. Subtract 39.5. Add 49.5. So now they are overlapping. See, 19.5, 19.5, 29.5, 29.5, and the frequencies will be same: 2, 5, 11 and 4. Now that's how you're gonna convert the inclusive series into exclusive series. Now students, that's all for today's video. I hope you have understood a lot. Now stay home, stay safe and see you soon.